Hi, welcome to another episode of Diesel Pat Garage, where you can see we're working on something that is not a diesel.
But tonight we're gonna go ahead and you already have LED bulbs in here, but you're wanting to upgrade to a different set of LED bulbs,
Yeah,
right?
I've got some SNGLs that were made. They say they were made for the Malibu. They work great on low beam, but their highs just leave a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
You will see here in a second after I put this bushing for the air box back there. Okay, there we go.
So at this point, you ripped out the air box.
Which literally is just loosening this, and it pulls out. It sets right there, there, and there. There's the cold air intake for the nice performance upgrades.
You see? Yeah.
Literally all you have to do to get to these, because that just makes it easier to get to this one.
I'm always doing that. We are shooting at night, so we have a couple of spotlights here, work lights that we're trying out, seeing if it gives us a good enough video. And on our camera, it doesn't look half bad, so at least we have the ability to shoot at night as we're going into winter.
He forgot to charge the light on top of the camera, so we had to pull out.
It turns on for a second, and then it's going to turn back off.
Okay.
Now it's going to make a liar out of me.
There's my dust cap.
Yep, there it goes.
For this side, it's my dust cap. For driver's side.
So these, what are these LEDs here? Ultra 2s?
Yeah, GTRs, Ultra 2s. So, but anywho, first we should turn on the headlights and you'll be able to kind of see the beam pattern that it currently has.
So here's the low beam view of the SNGLs. I'm just standing right about at the front of his passenger door.
Like I said, the low beams isn't what I have a problem with. It's the high beams.
Yeah, it just like throws it up to the left almost. It doesn't really change the right hand side very much.
Yeah, no, it doesn't throw a lot of light up because you can hear. So this uses a shutter. It has a single bulb for high and low beams. And when I do the high beams, you'll hear the shutter. So it opens up this pathway. Here, you can kind of see.
Go ahead and drop it.
Where it's, oh, you can, yeah.
Do it again. And one more time. So as Jarret was saying, on his passenger side, popped out the air box, took off the dust cover, and your bulb's right there. Now he's over here trying to fish his hand down behind this computer box. Looks like that's the connector.
This is the driver box.
Yeah.
Do you see something here that should be here?
The little collar that's supposed to help click it in.
Yeah.
And we don't have that. So that's sitting somewhere, presumably in the headlight behind the ballast, or behind the projector lens.
But that's in where it's slotted in.
Oh. So he's got to get it out. Because, you know, nothing ever goes right here.
Cussing. How hard is this going to be to get out? How does this come out? Unlock. That's a fuse box. Come along with another adventure as we fuck shit up again.
Looks like it's coming up.
Yeah, it does. Well, technically not. This is what I want. Can that come out?
Before you start messing with electrical like this, you should probably disconnect your battery. Jarret's not going to, but if you ever try this. If you try this, hopefully it all comes out with one piece and we don't have this issue, but That's what we were hoping for, considering we got work in, or we have to head out in about a half hour. Here's where we would be working, in my garage, except that toolbox came damaged from Home Depot. So it's currently sitting here waiting to be picked back up. Jarret and I, you know, since we have these lights out here, they're going to follow us into the garage, considering we're coming up into winter and it's going to get cold out here. I mean, right now it's not too bad. It's probably in the 50s. But we're both commenting when you come up here, and the heat that's coming off of these is absolutely amazing. So that'll be even nicer in the garage, and we have a nice propane heater for the garage.
I think it's working.
But he's fishing down in here with some needle nose and trying to see if he can get that clip out.
Yay for magnetic headlamp. If only I had small fingers.
It's okay, take your time, I'm warm.
I know. It's the plus side of having such a nice, supportive person as you. Whew.
Did you get it? That's not a happy face, so no.
Of course I got it. Come on. It's me. When do I ever get frustrated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what was supposed to come out originally, but luckily it came out. We're good to go. Let's get these new ones slapped in there. Okay, so at this point, Jarret, I believe, has gotten the driver headlight slid into where it's supposed to clip. Sounds like he just clipped in the wire. He's going to get the fuse box back, and hopefully there's no crackling when he does so. And then we'll hop over to the passenger side. Just as for upcoming videos, we will have the Honda here get struts. I've listed some parts of the bed for sale on my truck. When those sell, we can start redoing the bed. And I'm currently sourcing a compressor to sandblast the entire 4Runner and get started on that build. My plan for this winter is largely focused on that 4Runner.
And for those of you the channel that don't know Matt like I do, he's gonna buy some other shit. Hardly anything's gonna get done to the 4Runner. There's a squeaky toy in the background getting destroyed.
My dogs love their squeaky toys, and somebody's massacring one in the background as we speak.
So you can see, driver's side, it's more concentrated. That's going to be more of a piercing beam down the road. On the right, it's just kind of up there. It's like an afterthought light. It's mainly low beams. The SNGLs were great for low beam, but the high beam was just... it wasn't good enough for me, because I paid almost the same price for the SNGLs, $200, as I paid for these GT3s.
And that's $200 for the set, right?
Yeah, $200 for the set.
Okay, okay. You want to go ahead and turn off your high beams? And I know the low beams are going to look similar, but just for a comparison.
Yeah. And you can do in close view of the shutter before and after on the SNGLs.
Yeah.
As well.
Okay.
So we'll do it a couple times.
Yep. Okay. And here's the GTR Ultras, just kind of looking at the shutter. The GTR Ultra 2.0. High beam. And you see that seems to come up. Looks better on my end, at least. And that just seems like, as you said, a much more piercing beam. But we're going to go ahead and get the lights set back up first of all, and then get the passenger side knocked out. Jarret and I were just talking about these lights once again. And ironically, if you see any of my stuff that has these little orange tags with the number, like both of these do, it means I got them from an auction. And Jarret is very pleased with my auction purchase this time around. Speaking of which, the auction next week looks like it's going to have some amazing automotive tools in it. However, I will be in Florida. So I don't think we're going to necessarily get anything out of it. But if there's some really good deals, I'll either have Jarret run down and grab them, or I'll have my brother run down. We'll just kind of play it by ear and see how it goes. Jarret's over here still getting the driver's side buttoned up. with things such as the dust cover.
Yeah, it should definitely fit in here. I'm just...
Yeah, just something to notice. And this was breached on my previous video on the Subaru WRX, is that sometimes the LEDs have these heat sinks that are much larger, and it can cause clearance problems with the caps. He thinks he's okay.
No, I'm okay.
Yeah, but you can see he went from this one here on the right, which is, you know, that, over to, let me get it out of here, this one here, which is substantially thicker on the rear end.
Hey, look, this one also popped right out.
Without that piece?
Yeah.
Well, at least that one you have a much easier
oh yeah,
time getting to.
Yeah, this is a lot, without a doubt.
I said I thought it was in the 50s. It's actually in the 40s right now.
Hey, look, it came out.
Okay, and in we go with the new ones. I know I keep mentioning it, but I am super toasty in front of this light.
I know. It's a great purchase. There we go.
That should pretty much do it for the light. We just have to drop the gearbox back in.
Yep.
Good deal.
All right.
So is that all the seal that it does down there?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Okay. So we'll go ahead and show the lights sitting here on the garage door with both of them.
Yep.
And then we'll jump to us going to work, a couple shots of that, and seeing what we think of them.
Yep.
So yeah, now everything's hooked up. They do look pretty good. Let me get to the same spot we were standing in the before pictures, which is right about here. These are low beams, high beams. And as you see, the before it was really just like throwing them off to the left. This has, I think, a much better throw pattern to them.
Oh yeah, I'm very happy.
So
just sitting behind him with the low beam, I can tell a difference.
Yeah, I mean, it's a much more, just like, yeah, concentrated, much better output on just the spot. So once again, okay, now that you can see me, we're gonna jump forward to doing all this in the car here in a second. But for now, you can't see him. He's right there. Still can't see him. We got to go get ready for work, so we're gonna grab our stuff, hop in the car, meet you back here in 10-15 minutes.
Low beam. High beam.
You really can't see. Hold on. Do it again. Okay. It's a little difference, but from in the car, it is really different, I think.
It's a night and day difference for me driving the car constantly. Because like before, with as light as it is out here, I wouldn't see any difference.
Yeah. Okay, so now we know that it does make a big difference and a well worthwhile investment, even though you can't see Jarret in the dark.
It is a very worthwhile investment, especially because they have a lifetime warranty.
We're gonna go ahead and go because we got to get to work, so we'll see you next time.